Hey guys, so I totally forgot to record intro for this video this week, so we're just going to jump right in. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. So I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'm just going to put that in my T-zone all over to help blur out the pores. And then I kind of had to make my own concoction of foundation because I've been tanning. So this is a combination of the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte and the Elizabeth Arden Flawless Finish Perfectly Nude Liquid Makeup Foundation in the color Buff 09. The color in, I apologize right off the bat for this lighting. I was filming this later in the evening in my bathroom, and I have very, very yellow lights in there. So my foundation was looking very, very yellow, almost green, if you will. So I did my best to blend it out and to make it work, but hopefully I'll be able to do some color correcting in my editing to make that look a little bit smoother. But you can see at one point, I'm like, wow, that's really yellow. Yeah. So I'm just blending that all over my face. And then I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the color Fair Beige. This is a little bit too light for me. Right now, like I said, I've been tanning, so I'm a lot darker than what I am used to. But I'm just going to put this underneath my eyes in kind of a downwards triangle shape. I'm going to put it on my forehead, down the center of my nose, my cupid's bow, and on my chin to just kind of help highlight and balance out the face. And then I'm just going to go back in with my beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend that out everywhere. So, and the reason we do this is not only to conceal dark spots and under eye circles, but it also helps to highlight the face. If a light were to shine down on your face, these are the natural points where it would hit. So it just gives you that natural brightness in your face and helps to bring a little bit of light and youth and make you look less tired and less kind of dull, if you will. So just going to continue to blend that out with my beauty blender, making sure it's a nice, even transition from concealer to foundation. And then I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I'm going to pat out underneath my eyes, and then I'm just going to set this with a Real Techniques. I think this is a buffing brush, but I'll have everything listed in the bottom bar below. But I'm just patting out the creases underneath my eyes, and then I'm just going to set that. This is really just going to lock your concealer in place so it doesn't budge or move all day. And then it's just going to help meld the two together. And then I'm also just going to set everywhere else that I kind of put that concealer, on my forehead, down the center of my nose, and on my chin to help blend that in and set it. Then I'm going to go in with my Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I'm just going to contour my face just a little bit. When you're contouring, a lot of people ask me how to contour, and I am going to be making a video on how to highlight and contour your face more in depth as a walkthrough tutorial. But basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find the hollows of your cheeks. So usually it's somewhere around where your ear meets the side of your head, and then down towards the corner of your mouth. If you kind of like suck your cheeks in and make a fish face, you can really feel where the hollow of that cheek is. And then you want to put the contour just in that hollow. You don't want to take it too far up or too far down, because then you're just going to look muddy and sickly. So we're just going to put that in there and blend this out a little bit. I did do this just a little bit harsher in this video just so you could really kind of see what I was talking about. Because sometimes it's hard with the lighting and the cameras, it's hard to pick it up. And then we're also just going to go around the perimeter of the face, around your temples, the corners of your forehead, and all of that. Then I'm going to go in with my Jaclyn Hill face palette, and I'm going to pick up some Champagne Pop, and I'm going to highlight just on the top of my cheekbones, and that's a lot, girl. It's so pretty. I absolutely love this highlight. I literally, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful golden champagne color. It's exactly what it says it is. It is a true champagne color. And then I'm going to go back in. This is a Lancôme dual-ended brush, and I'm just going to contour my nose just a little bit. It was really hard for the lighting to pick this up. Like I said, hopefully I'll be able to color correct it while I'm editing to help bring that contour out. But basically I'm just going to help slim down my nose a little bit. My nose is kind of square on the end. So if you just make two very narrow thin lines down the end, down the bridges of your nose, it'll help slim your whole face and slim your nose. And then I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Soft Brown, and I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows a little bit. Nothing too bold, just barely filling them in, trying to even out my arches a little bit, and go from there. It literally takes me like 25 minutes to do my eyebrows every morning. It's ridiculous. And then I pick up my Morphe B9 blush palette, and I was trying to figure out what color blush I wanted to use, but I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to do on my eyes first. So I decided to do my eyes first, and then we went back to blush. So I'm taking my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm going to go in first with the color Flower Child. This is a very neutral, very light, kind of almost bone color. And I'm going to buff this with a Morphe blending brush all over the lid, just in back and forth motions, just to kind of help set any foundation or concealer that might still be wet or tacky on the eyelid. And then I'm going to go into the color right next to that, which is called SmartyPants, and I'm going to blend this in the crease. I'm going to use this as a transition color. I'm going to kind of create a crease. I have very dominant eyelids, so I don't really have a crease. So I'm going to use this SmartyPants color to kind of create a crease, like I said, buffing it back and forth in windshield wiper motions and just really blending it and diffusing that color across the eye. Then I'm going to go in with this, this little bit grayer, cooler tone matte brown color called Jetsetter, and I'm going to take this just in the outer corner, and then when I have barely any product left on my brush, I'm going to blend that into the crease a little bit lower than that SmartyPants color, just to give some added dimension and in depth to the eyes. So again, just blending it on, staying very, very, very close to the outer V of the eye, picking up just a little bit of product at first and tapping it off, and then we can always go back in with more product if we want, if we need. Better to start with little and add more than to go in with way too much and then have to blend for days in order to get it out. So then I'm going to go in with this shimmery shade on the bottom. This is called Funny Girl, and this is kind of a very almost rose gold, champagne-y, silver, I don't know how to, like almost like a pewter, kind of like a, that's my cat's, almost like a rose gold pewter color, and I'm using this pink synthetic shader brush, this flat synthetic shader brush, to pack this all over my lid. I don't know where, this brush came from a set that I got off the Wish app. I don't know what the name of it is, but I'll see if I can find it and link it down below. They're not exactly the greatest brushes, but all my other brushes were dirty, so that's what we're using. It wasn't horrible, but it is what it is. So I packed that all over the lid, and then I'm going back in with SmartyPants, and I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines in the crease and kind of blend that Funny Girl color into the rest of the eye. And then I also went back in a little bit with the Jetsetter. I thought that the outer corner wasn't quite as deep as I wanted it to, so I just went back in and added a little bit more depth and dimension to my outer corners and blended that out. So then I'm going in with my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I do not know the name of this color, but like I said, I will link it down below. This is the third shade in from the top. It's a very pretty, soft, champagne-y, very, very light, shimmery color. And I started to pack this just in the center of the lid, but the color wasn't doing exactly what I wanted to do. So I took my brush, I dipped it in the pigment a little bit, in the shadow a little bit, and then I sprayed it with some MAC Fix Plus. I have no idea what that face was. Feel free to judge me. But I sprayed it with some MAC Fix Plus, and what that does, it'll really highlight and bring out and intensify the metallic and the shimmer in the shadow. So it makes it a lot more bold and a lot more shimmery and opaque on the lid. So I just packed this right in the center of the lid, and what that does is it'll give you a very rounded kind of doe-eyed effect to the eye, and it'll make you look a lot more awake, make your eyes look more open, and it just brings that highlight right to the center. And then I took this brush. I'm almost positive this brush had no name on it whatsoever, but I'm almost positive that this came in an Ulta shadow kit or palette that I bought I'm not 100% sure, but it had, like I said, it had no marking on it whatsoever. And I'm just going to go back in that SmartyPants and I'm just going to buff this all along the lower lash line from outer corner to inner corner. And that's really just going to bring the whole look together. It's going to give you a little bit of definition underneath the eyes. It's going to help open up the eyes as opposed to taking a dark color and lining it on the inside of your waterline. Shading underneath is really just going to tie the whole look together. And then I went back in with that Jetsetter one more time and I just buffed that on the outer lower lash line, just about halfway in, and just connected that top, or the lower lash line, with the top lid there, and like I said, tying the whole look together. So then I went in with my Kat Von D Trooper Tattoo Liner, and I just started with a simple wing. Just started on the inside very, very lightly, lining from the inside to outside. And then I did just a simple wing here. And unfortunately my camera stopped recording, so I only had little bits and pieces of these clips. But just making a very, very thin line across the lash line, because we are going to be adding lashes to this look, just so that'll help kind of hide the lash band. And then going in with, like I said, just a simple wing, nothing too dramatic. Like I said, I wanted to keep this a very soft, glam look, nothing too edgy or too harsh or too bold or over the top. So just creating that wing. And then I think I'm going to give myself a little pep talk, say a little prayer to Jesus real quick before I do the other side, because girl, you know how hard it is to get your wings to match. So just always, say a little prayer to Jesus, give yourself a little pep talk, go in, focus. It was so hard for me to get these shots while filming. And then I did, like I said, my camera stopped recording, so I did go ahead and add some mascara. I finished the other wing, I added some mascara. This is a Colossal Big Shot mascara, and then I also put on some Ardelle Whispy lashes on top of that. And then I'm going in with my MakeupGeek Full Spectrum Eyeliner Pencil in the color Nude, and I'm running this all along the lower waterline. And what that's going to do is that's really just going to help pop the eyes and make them look a lot brighter and wider and awake. And then I'm going on with this single shadow here. I'm almost positive this is a Lancôme shadow, and I think the color is Daylight. I'm not 100% sure. I'll see if I can find it. And I just popped this in the inner corner. Once again, that will also help to bring light to the center of the face, help open up the eyes, give you that doe-eyed effect, and just really brighten up the face and make you look a lot fresher and a lot younger. So just very softly. And then I went back in with Champagne Pop and I highlighted again on my cheekbones. And then I went a little bit just above the arch of my brow to bring a soft glow to the entire face. And then I also did, I highlighted my nose a little bit with this, just right on the tip of my nose and then down the bridge, blending it up the bridge actually a little bit. And then on my Cupid's bow, just a tiny bit, just to give an even highlight, an even natural glow. When you highlight a little bit all over the face, it gives you a more natural glow than if you just have a blinding highlight on the high points of your cheeks. So that's what I did there, just to keep the look soft. And then I went in with my M.A.C Pro Longwear lip pencil. This is in the color Etcetera. This is a very neutral kind of nudie brown. It's a little bit more of a taupey brown, and I just line the lips. I do not typically overline my lips just because I have a very fine lip line. So if I overline my lips, it becomes very obvious, and I kind of look a little bit like Miranda sings. And I'm gonna, sing a little bit of Rihanna here. And then I'm gonna go in with my Tarteist lip paint. This is a liquid lipstick in the color Namaste. And I absolutely love this color. It's a very, very neutral, very pretty nude. Just a gorgeous everyday color. You could literally pair this with everything and anything. I absolutely love it. So just filling in my lip line with that. I should have exfoliated my lips before this, but I didn't. So there's that. Always exfoliate your lips or put on some type of lip balm. By the time I got to the end of this video, my lips were very, very dry, and it got a little bit patchy, but I made it work. We figured it out. And then I also went in with a little bit of lip gloss. I used the Victoria's Secret Shine Gloss in, I want to say, the color Angel Veil. I don't know exactly what color it is. I'll have to link it down below. But I didn't like it, so I took it off and I just went right back in with that same lip again. And then I did go back in with my Morphe B9 blush palette, and I just took a little bit of this, this top right corner blush. It's a true pink, kind of almost like a Barbie pink blush, and it did have a little bit of shimmer in it. But the shimmer, it had a little bit of like gold glitters in it, but the glitters don't really translate onto the skin. It stays a very, very soft pink blush. So I layered that on, maybe a little bit too much. So then I just took my beauty blender and I just tapped it over top to kind of help blend it out and soften the blush a little bit. And a lot of people ask me why I put my highlighter on before I put my blush on, because it's always kind of been a thing where you do contour, blush, and then highlight. When you put your highlight on first and then put your blush over top of it, it helps to kind of blend that highlight into the skin so it looks like a more natural glow as opposed to just a shimmering, blinding strip on top of the blush. So this is the look that I created for you guys. Like I said, a very simple, kind of basic glam look. I absolutely love it. You could obviously do a bolder lip with this if you wanted. You could do a red lip. And oh shoot, I need to edit that clip out. I think this was me going to try and find that lip gloss, and I put it on, and then I was like, don't like that, and I took it right back off. Yeah, the lip gloss that I used made it a little bit too light. Like the lip gloss lightened it, and it made it almost a white color. And I liked the idea of the gloss on it, but I just didn't have the right gloss to pair over this lip for this look to make it look right. So I just took it right back off. Hello, kittens. I just took it right back off and put the same lip right back on over top of it. So, but once again, yeah, here I am. Don't like that. So I just wiped it off and put the new color, or the other color, right back over. And here we are back to the original lip color. And then I'm just going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and I'm just going to set my makeup, give a light mist over the entire face, and set that makeup so it doesn't budge and it stays. So once again, this is the look that I created for you guys. Very simple, like I said, basic glam. You could obviously do a dark lip with this. You could keep it a nude lip. You could, you know, change up the colors of the shadow. But please subscribe and like my videos. And if you have any comments or questions, or you have any ideas for future videos, please leave them down below. Bye, guys.